Good morning, everyone. I'm not here, as you probably have already figured out, but that doesn't mean we can't do math because we're not quitters. So today we're going to work with the triangle sum theorem. Triangle sum theorem you've already encountered before, and it simply states that if you have a triangle with angles A, B, and C, that we can say the measure of angle A plus the measure of angle B plus the measure of angle C equals 180 degrees. And I know we've had that before, but it's a very, very, very important theorem in geometry. Some books call it conjectures, some books call it theorems. But we can use this information in a lot of ways. So anytime I have a triangle, any triangle, the sum of the three interior angles is 180 degrees. That's really all there is to it. So let's put in some values here. So let's say that this angle here is, oh, this one might be 120 degrees. This one might be 35 degrees. So then we would say, well, what's the value of the angle that's left over? Well, to begin with, we would say 120 plus 35 equals 155 degrees. Then we would say to ourselves, well, how much is left? Then we could go 180 minus 155, these are all degrees, of course, equals 25 degrees. Not too bad. And if you want to check, you can always do that in the end by going 120 plus 35 plus 25, add them together, and we get 368, 180. It checks out. You can always check in the end. Okay, now oftentimes instead of a question mark in math, you'll have some kind of an x or maybe even a 2x or 3x, doesn't matter. You can just simply put that in for the value that's missing. We can do the same problem in a slightly different way. We can say 35 degrees plus 120 degrees plus x degrees. Yeah, it is degrees. X degrees equals, you guessed it, 180 degrees. And then at this point, we could add the two together right here, 35 and 120. And we could say 155 degrees plus x degrees equals 180. And then if we wanted to solve for x, now it's starting to look like the algebra that you've been doing lately. If you want to solve for x, you simply subtract 155 degrees from both sides, of course. And what's left is x degrees equals 25 degrees. So x equals 25 degrees. Not bad. Not bad at all. Whoa, I didn't want to do that. I'm going to undo that. I was trying to put a box around it. That's better. Okay, the next part of our discussion is about the straight angle theorem. So remember up here we had the triangle sum theorem where the sum of any three interior angles of a triangle equals 180 degrees. Well, now we have the straight angle theorem, and it says that anytime you have two angles that come together to form a straight line like this, 130 degrees, that this angle here plus this angle, they make a straight line, Well, they also equal 180 degrees. So in this case, this angle marked in red right here would be 180 minus 130 degrees is 50 degrees. So that's nice. And we can use this along with the triangle sum conjecture or triangle sum theorem to solve even more problems. So when you're done, you'll have no problems in life. What a sweet deal. So right here, as we've shown before, this is 130 degrees. And then let's talk about this kind of a triangle. If you have a triangle where the two base angles are congruent, base angles congruent, then we can say the sides opposite those base angles, here and here, are also congruent. That means they're the same length, and that's a very useful fact. So in this case, we can say, well, let's find the measure of this angle up here. Call this angle B. And you might at first look at this and say, hey, that's not enough information, but it really is because of the straight angle theorem and the triangle sum theorem. So we can say, okay, this angle here is 180 degrees minus 130 degrees is 50 degrees. Okay, so we're good there. We have this as 50 degrees. And because this is an isosceles triangle with base angles that are congruent, a lot of words thrown at you. Isosceles triangle means base angles are congruent. Because this is an isosceles triangle, these base angles have to be the same. That one's 50 degrees. And now we could use our triangle sum conjecture to find the measure of this missing angle up here. So what is that? Well, once again, just like we did earlier, we can add these two up. They're 50 degrees plus 50 degrees plus b equals, you guessed it, 180 degrees. So then we can say 100 degrees plus b equals 180 degrees. And then we can subtract 100 from both sides, and we get b equals 80 degrees, and we're done. And I should point out that I did not draw this triangle to scale, and so that b looks a lot less than 80, but that's okay. So if this were drawn to scale, it would look just right, and it would in fact be 80 degrees. And that's all for today. Ms. Mendozona will hand out the sheet number 96 for you to work on. Please remember to show all your work, and if you need more space, show it on a piece of lined paper. All right, thanks. I wish I was with you today, and have a great day. Bye now.